It seems like once a week there's an item in the news about grocery stores, Whole Foods, or another packaged good that leaves us thinking, this person got paid to write that. So that's the inspiration for our new segment, Cornucopia POV. They'll be opinionated, cranky, sometimes raw, but we're looking to do something short, to the point, and that's going to add value to people that care about food and the politics around food. One last thing. 2 out of 10 people in the world don't know where their next meal is coming from. Keep it in perspective. Amazon sharks, Whole Foods, and the myth of the good wage. Cornucopia point of view starts now.
This is Cornucopia.
Despite all the media attention on Amazon's takeover of Whole Foods, there's been little attention to the impact on Whole Foods employees, and the impact's been huge. And in particular, immediately upon taking over, Amazon eliminated Whole Foods' quarterly bonus program. While no public figures are available, the bonus program, which was based on a variety of factors, including store volume and department performance within each store, we estimate on average employees got their pay cut $4,000 to $6,000 a year, a figure that would no doubt be higher for team leaders and other management level personnel. That's $6,000 out of your paycheck after you're taken over by one of the largest corporations in the world.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Anyone who knows Amazon's management style and the way it treats its employees won't find this surprising. Workers in Amazon warehouses are reported to have worse jobs than those at Walmart. Freezing cold warehouses and others so hot employees fainted. Of workers in the UK making less than minimum wage because of the fee taken out of their paycheck for the shuttle bus to the warehouse, employees tracked by electronic monitoring, quota levels impossible to reach, and rest breaks that are impossible to take because the distance to walk to the break room from the workstation is so far one can't possibly do it without getting in trouble and risk getting fired. And Amazon staffing agencies disputing unemployment claims time and time again, many from people who were fired for merely taking days off when they were sick.
This land was made for you and me.
You know, Whole Foods CEO John Mackey, while notoriously anti-union, nonetheless professed to believe in what he called conscious capitalism. In fact, he wrote a book by the same name. And in that book, Mackey's big call to arms was to create a capitalism where profit is only one element in measuring the success of a corporation. He said businesses need to look at stakeholders. That includes investors, employees, vendors, and the community. These days, Mackey's vision of conscious capitalism is a sad little tombstone covered by weeds in the Whole Foods landscape. Of course, imagine how different the outcome would be were Whole Foods stores union stores. But in this anti-union age, perhaps a more realistic question might be what the deal could have looked like had Mackey actually stood up for what he talked about in speech after speech and book tour after book tour, stood up for his ideas about creating a more humane corporate capitalism and protected those workers that he claimed that he cared for. But instead, they were fed to the shark called Jeff Bezos. Pull back the lens, and Whole Foods Amazon is just the glamorous tip of the iceberg called America. Lousy wages, lousy benefits, lousy working conditions. It's nothing new ever since the last quarter of the 20th century when factories first left the Northeast and Midwest to go to right-to-work states in the South where they didn't have to bother with unions. At the same time, the evolution of supermarkets took a similar path. Increasingly challenged by competition, new store formats developed. Non-union big box stores, things we know today as Walmart, Costco, and many others. And these non-union stores meant that strong middle-class wages paid to unionized workers in the old guard of supermarkets soon became a thing of the past. And these days, the conventional wisdom about good employers like Costco, Trader Joe's, and others misses the historical context. Turn back the clock and you realize good's a relative term. Sure, they're way better than Walmart, but pale in comparison to wages 35 years ago when a junior level part-time grocery clerk at a supermarket in California's Central Valley or in New England or in the Midwest would make $10 an hour and get double time on Sunday. $10 an hour adjusted for inflation is $30 in 2018. And you know what? Those double time shifts, you could have as many as you wanted because the full-time folks didn't need the extra cash. Their wages paid their bills and gave them something else. Something that in this gig economy where everybody's got a side hustle, we too often forget. That something was quality of life. You could go to church, have breakfast with the kids, ride your motorcycle, watch the game, make out with that someone new, or go to mom and dad's for dinner. You didn't have to work. I'm Matt Levine. Thanks for listening. Cornucopia Point of View. You can check out our website at cornucopia.show. Rate us, subscribe to our email, share us with your friends. Thanks again.
This is Cornucopia.